of exciting things and a lot of vindication from Danny DeHeck, aka the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. I've been given privy to lots of information, and I've seen some amazing things unfold this week, which I'm about to do a series of videos. Well, if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see a couple of shorts, and also I've released about 5 or 6 videos. So one of the ones that I'm really going to go to town on is this guy, Carl Harvildsen. Now he's a super node, and he's been promoting Ponzi schemes for 41 years. Well, he just dropped a bombshell to the hyper community, and basically I reckon it destroys hypercosmos and hyper nation and hyperverse. So it's basically they've been promising to get people's money out of hyperverse. And what they've been saying is that their goal was to get people's initial investment back if they didn't receive any rewards. So if you put $1,000 in and you never took anything out, their goal was to get you your money back. So they've created lots of things. It's really complicated to explain, but basically they gave you a way of converting your rewards into a different token called Hyperbond. You could use Hyperbond to go and purchase a membership with another Ponzi scheme called Hypercosmos. And then when you're in there, you can buy account with your fake Hyperbond money. And then if you go out and recruit 3 people, you'll get 50% of it. But if you want to get paid out the 50%, you need to introduce a new USDT into your wallet so you can get the right to take out the money. So I don't know where the 50% commission comes from. I don't know anyone that's actually managed to get money out of this new Hypercosmos, but the whole thing is geared up to get people to invest new, fresh USDT into these Ponzi schemes. And along the background, the guy that did it, Carl, he's been had the video online. I managed to nab a copy and I put it on my Odyssey account. And also somebody must have grabbed it from my Odyssey account and put it onto the Hypercosmos community. And now Carl is demanding that they take the video off, because even though he started out the video and said that the information that he now has 100% clarity on how it works for everybody, and then went to address his community, is just, God, it's just amazing, this information. So what I've done, I'm actually going to create it as a podcast, which I'm going to do, and I've actually used a program called Descript, and I've got the words that he's used in the video, and it basically really blows any hope to anybody that they're going to get their money out of Hyperverse. And it does really does emphasize that Hypernation and Hypercosmos and Hyperfund and Hypercapital and Colin Starr Group and all these things that go right back to Bitcoin Group and all this sort of carry on are just Ponzi schemes designed to make money. And I was talking to my mate Rob, who's commented on the videos, which I'll talk about, and he basically says, you know, he can't believe that people's logic and they believe these Ponzi schemes. And I said, well, Rob, let me explain my take on that. And I said, these people are driving a freight train through the world, telling people about all these opportunities to make money, but they're leaving a whole lot of carnage behind them. But they're still meeting these people that haven't done all the research, like people like myself, Rob, Vinny from Project Frugal, the Ponzi hater. You search for them. These are guys that are doing what I'm doing. CoffeeZilla, I was mentioned in CoffeeZilla's tweet this week. It was a wee bit, he thought it was a bit strange that I managed to get a whole featured article in the New York Times, and to be honest, so I. But I love CoffeeZilla. He's really done a great job at exposing these online criminals, and I want to do the same. I'm not following him. I basically want to name and shame anyone that's out there promoting these Ponzi schemes. All right, so the other exciting name I had today was
Stephen Mikola.
Stephen Mikola. Now, he runs an organization called Luna One, and we had the privilege of doing a video about him about 2.5 weeks ago, and we helped this lady by the name of Cindy Piper get her money back, which was the first time we actually managed to get her money back. They let her keep the tokens and also gave the money back. And there's also another lady that we weren't privy to, and they managed to get their money back as well. But the twist in all that is this lady, Cindy Piper, which is called Crypto Granny, basically turned on me and Anne, who was in the video, and another guy called Stephen Kingsbury. Now, Stephen Kingsbury is now on a crusade he's got a YouTube channel, and he's getting any evidence he can to prove that these guys are criminal. So it all started because I was asked to interview a lady And since then, Stephen has been in contact with me. Now, this guy theoretically tells everyone that he's got land that's worth trillions of dollars and he's got billion-dollar investments going down, but he's got time to talk to a little wee YouTuber with a very low count of followers because he thinks that he can threaten me and tell me he's going to get lawyers onto me, and it's just all hogwash. But because he couldn't do anything about the video and he didn't like the video being online, he decided he would threaten me by producing numerous articles in shit newspapers about exposing Danny DeHeck for not having his information right. Anyway, so he'd get onto Telegram with me, and then he'd send me all these links to go, like a schoolboy bully, and then he would delete all his comments. Anyway, so I recorded the screen as he was doing it, and I put it up as a short on my YouTube channel, and it's quite hilarious. But he is fuming, and because I've got such a cool community in my Telegram group, they have got people who are spies in his organisation, and they're feeding me information. Now, I don't know he's feeding me this information to put me off the trail, but this is a comment which hopefully you'll be able to listen to, that we actually managed, theoretically going by what he says, that we managed to make a huge deal fall over and it's plummeted their crypto coin. And now he's coming after me because of it. But listen to this.
I didn't say this, but even the Lesotho announcement was ruined by them. I couldn't say that because we couldn't stop them or hold them accountable because we didn't know who they were. I didn't want them to know the damage they could cause. They have held back our price in ways that I don't even want to get into because African governments are terrified of being associated with a scam, so to them just the accusation can be enough to make them scared.
Right, so basically what Stephen's alleging to do is he wants to mine real gold, and he was the guy 10 years ago, it was on TV, and he was hunting dinosaurs in the Congo. And he did a video and published it on his YouTube channel, which I ripped off and then played around with it and republished it on my Odyssey channel. So go have a look at that. You'll find the link to my Odyssey channel at the top of my YouTube channel. And these are all videos that I can't publish on YouTube, but Odyssey is actually on the blockchain. Very hard to get videos taken off from there. They have different rules on the blockchain, obviously, because a lot of scammers are using it. So I've caused a lot of disruption there, and he's trying to threaten me by publishing, he reckons, 1,100 articles defaming Danny DeHeck. But when I have Google Alerts on my phone, and it notifies me when anything is published about me, and I've never been alerted yet, so it's not even hitting the internet. And a lot of these sites, I did actually do a few posts on Facebook, and a lot of the URLs that he is posting in are actually fake news articles. Maybe Donald Trump used the same. Anyway, so then on to Andre Christensen. Now, Andre promised, after ringing me up drunk about 3.5 weeks ago, that their app is actually going to get produced on the first week of December. Well, that hasn't happened. And also, he did a big, massive press release about his alliance with, I'm going to read this because it's just better than me trying to explain it.
No, and can't find any articles about his alleged alliance with the two major football companies, Footbalco and FIFPRO, other than content that he's promoted himself by some shit crypto-based newspapers.
So he's also published a whole big announcement about Footbalco and FIFP Pro. Now, they're two big, one's an advertising company and the other one's a football alliance. Now, Andreas was going to answer my 25 questions he agreed to. And he also said that he would come on what I call a tube cast and put me right because he said that I had my facts wrong. He also offered to fly me to Norway and go to his office and check out his staff and how they operate. Now, rumours have told me that he's got 3 security people on the front door of his building for whatever reason, but I didn't want to turn up in Norway and go into his office and find myself in a room with plastic all over the floor with somebody who might potentially do me harm. But a lot of these claims, Andreas has been doing this since 2013 with another company called Momo, which was basically, he's reskinned his idea and his concept. He's creating a sporting app that technically is going to revolutionize the gaming industry. And it's basically gambling. And he hasn't got licenses. He's already been struck off the gambling licensee board because of the stuff he's done in the past. So the whole lot is pathetic. So he is basically claiming that things are going to happen, they never eventuate. So I said to him point blank, when he rang me up drunk, you keep telling people you're going to release this app and it's going to do all these wonderful things. And a real long story short, the all wonderful things he's talking about are going to be in the next app launch. And the first app he's going to do is literally just going to be a free version released to Asia. And it's basically, who's the greatest soccer player in the world? Yes, no questions. It's a joke. Anyway, there's lots of Zoom meetings out there telling you that you can actually invest in this company. And once again, it's a Ponzi scheme. I had a guy ring me up telling me that he lost $100,000 to Andreas. Then Andreas went on when he was ringing up me drunk that night, he's telling me that this guy's a fraud. And so I rang up the guy and said, Andreas says you're a fraud. And the guy's a TV celebrity guy. But then there's a big article in the Norwegian paper basically about a Olympic rower who trusted Andreas and invested, and it was just all blown out of the water. And Andreas goes, oh, but my name was cleared from that. I spent 8 months proving that I didn't do these things I alleged. But anyway, anything he's told me he's going to do hasn't eventuated. So don't believe anything from Super.1. The company's just full of air. And the other one that's exciting is Des Amy. Now, Des Amy was interviewed by Keith Williams of Hyperverse. And Des Amy, they blew all the steam up his ass to say he was a real hero and he's addressing Parliament and how he had a floor on this big flash building in London and how he was doing really well. And basically everything he's doing is just oozing money and success. And I did a 10-hour research on him and did a video. And I've just re-released it on my YouTube channel for everyone to see. Now, funny enough, I thought I'd do a search to see where he's at. So I found this headline in the UK Mirror.
Down the pan, PLC Ultimate plugger Des Amy scarpers to the toilet when confronted by the Mirror.
So the Mirror turned up in his rented office. He's in a Regis office. He has one floor. And I don't know the story, to be honest, but PLC must have been a cryptocurrency he was trying to get off. But anyway, it's gone down the pan, lost 90% of its value. They went to interview him and he scarpers off to the toilet. So Des Amy, worth rumouredly, I've heard, I don't know if it's true, $40 million, basically is on WhatsApp and messaging me, telling me that he loved my video and it's helped increase the traffic to his website. So this is what I'm dealing with. It's just absolutely amazing. So this week, my goal is I've produced about 8 videos. I've re-released some videos. I've done November the 26th. There was a video about with the blurry fish, suckerfish lady. And then we had Tracy, and he's the truck driver for 30 years or 32 years. I got that wrong. And then there's another lady, Valerie, which I'm going to do a video hopefully today if I get my A into G. But the other really interesting thing is obviously this Carl, I can't say his last name, but he's been promoting Ponzi schemes for 41 years.
Carl Harvoldson.
And I'm basically going to publish a blog of all the words that he said in the video that he's trying to get off the internet at the moment. So a lot's happening. It's real cool. I haven't really got anything else to say. There's a dog at my feet who's a bit tired because we took him for a walk this morning. Got the juices flowing. The video about Carl was going to be a goodie because my mate Rob Worley, who rang me through my last week that was interview, and I deleted it and started again, he's basically going to do a video tonight. The other thing of interest, it might be really cool if you are interested, go to theheck.com/contact and you can provide me any information about any of these people that I'm talking about. I've actually got a database where I'm building evidence for all of these guys, and we actually do have a team of lawyers that are interested in what's happening and they want to be privy to the information. So don't think that your efforts of telling me names, phone numbers, addresses, who introduced you into these Ponzi scheme doesn't get stored away in a safe place. Also, this organisation that I'm just finding out about now tells me that any people that get involved is all going to be anonymous, and they will promise to keep your anonymity. I think that's the word we're looking for. We've got anyway, back to my website, theheck.com. You'll go over to bookings, and if you go down there, you'll see a think tank meeting. Now, 9:30 New Zealand time or 7:30 Australian time. If you want to come and join us, today's topic is actually, I think it's about YouTubing, funny enough, because we all want to be budding YouTubers and we want to get out there and name and shame these people. So we thought we'd do a whole talk on our YouTube experience and what has worked and what hasn't worked. I'll give you a little bit of an example about that. Sometimes I get a bit of criticism about the length of my videos, and people go, they should be short and precise and well researched. If I do a video like that, like this is 14 minutes, so I've been on here so far, it takes a lot more energy and a lot more production time and the like. My most successful video ever was one I did with Mark Gardner from Australia, and that was actually 2 hours and 4 minutes. My longest video ever, well, I think it was just over 5 hours, where I did 5 hours of continuous talking. A lot of energy gets put out, but what I do is I put timestamps in these videos. So literally, if I do a 5 hour long video, I'd like to have about 15 or 20 different timestamps. Now, from an internet marketing point of view, that actually means I actually get 20 to 25 bits of information coming up independently when people search Google, YouTube, which is fantastic. So a lot of those tips that I've learned, I share with people, and other people share their experience with YouTube as well. So it's cool. Well, I'm Danny DeHeck, and thank you for listening to the week that was. If you did catch one about half an hour ago, I listened to it and the sound was appalling because I was holding my iPhone, so that's why it's on a bracket now. And I've got better lighting than I did in my last video. So I really appreciate you subscribing, hit the thumbs up, share these videos with whatever. If you go through some of my videos, you'll see a link to my Telegram group. Feel free to go in there and just be a fly on the wall. And just between you and me, I don't just, it's not a private, it is a private Telegram group, but when I created it, all the contact details of all the people I know, criminals, good people, and the like, I added them all into it. So a lot of the people in there are actually the people who are running these Ponzi schemes, listening to us drop hints about them running their activities, and it's amazing what sort of mishmash of information we keep getting fed because of this. So it's a bit cleverer than just a private group of people who have an opinion. It's actually people on the ground fighting these Ponzi schemes, providing us information, and then I'm collecting that data and putting it together under company and under individuals who are running these individuals. And last but not least, there's a lady called Anne. She lives here in my hometown. I found out that she's actually promoting wewe.Global, and I did ring her up. She didn't bring me back, but I weren't ready to take her call. So I might have something local that I can bust for people who are promoting wewe.Global here in New Zealand. So these are global, so don't think you're unique. These are rampant throughout the world, and what I'm noticing, especially with Hypernation, is they're now off into Nigeria. They go to Kenya, they go to all the poor countries, and they promote these Ponzi schemes. So it's rampant out there, and we really do value the support that we get. So this is a bit more longer than the week that was. Oh yes, somebody just posted something here. Sam Lee has a new system with Citibank. Now, this is the real funny one. Sam Lee was one of the original guys alleged to be behind Hyperverse, well, Hyperfund, Hyperverse, Hypernation, and now Hypercosmos. And he started up what you call, I think it's called Stable.Limited. And he started up a website called Stable.Deo, and he wants to be the official stable coin on the internet. And he alleges that he has a connection with Citibank, the 13th biggest bank in the world. So people tell me, and I haven't done this myself, that they have contacted Citibank and asked if they have any alliance with Stable.Deo, and they don't even know what we're talking about. So don't be fooled by because these people say. Now, if you go to lunar1.com, you can look at their website. Now, when I said to Steve, the guy, the CEO, well, I didn't say to him directly, but when I put out a message saying that basically Steve's making false claims, and I have lawyers that say that you're not allowed to make claims in any country of the world if you don't deliver. Then he did released a video basically saying that they haven't made any claims on their websites to return people's investments. So they listen to what you say and then they change their story, hoping that they can hide behind crypto and false statements. But any of these guys that you look at their websites, they do make claims. And while I've got one more minute left, why do these guys promote these Ponzi schemes so rampantly, you may be asking? So, for example, if we took this Hypercosmo thing into consideration, let's say I decided to get into Hypercosmos and I bought a membership. And I don't know, you can buy one from $100, right? Well, they don't have memberships. You can buy into it to have the rights to sell it. They actually give you 50% of whoever you sell that money to. So let's say I go to Bob down the road and I say to Bob, are you interested in investing in a high return crypto investment? And he's stupid and he goes, yes. He puts $1,000 in it. Hypercosmos will give me $500 of his money straight away that I can take out and convert back into USDT and convert into my bank account if I want. So you've got the passive investor who goes in there, invests and hoping to get a high return on his money. And then you've got the multi-level marketer guy who's selling it, getting huge returns. Now, what was so good about Hyperverse at the time is there was 20 levels of rewards. So if I introduce somebody and they put $1,000 in, straight away I would get $200. If they introduce somebody, the person that introduced the new person, they would get $200 and I would get an additional $150. And then goes down the chain, 10%. So we worked out, my mate Rob Willie and I, that 52% of the money that you sell or buy a membership with would go out in rewards. So you've got the people out there, multi-level marketers, getting all this huge cash straight away. They don't have to wait for it to fall over. They don't have to wait for you to realize it's a scam, and you don't have to wait 600 days or 1,300 days for your money to mature. Straight away, they get that money put into their account and they convert it out. So all these Ponzi schemes are all based at like affiliate marketing, and these people are getting high returns from introducing new people. And if you follow everything back to the source like I am, that's one of my analogies the other day was quite a hard case. I likened it to being like the Titanic, except there was enough life rafts for everyone to get off the Titanic, not like the original Titanic. And everyone I know was on the ship. Now, I've never invested in a Ponzi scheme, but I was on the Titanic. Let's just use that as an example. And everyone I know gets off. We're in these life rafts. It's freezing cold. And we go, oh my God, look at the Titanic. She's sinking. It's falling over. Oh, look at that. And all the light bulbs are busting. And then somebody says to me, hey, Dan, do you realize there's still people on the Titanic? I go, no way. What are they doing on the Titanic? So I get back on the Titanic, as silly as that sounds, and I go into the conference room, and there's 3 people. Well, there's people on the stage preaching to people that are still on the Titanic, telling them it's not sinking, and that's telling them to have faith. Have faith. You've got to believe in the Titanic, they're saying. And I'm saying, look, everybody else is off the Titanic. So these guys are continuously promoting these schemes because they're getting them, they're trying to get the people that are left on the Titanic to reinvest in other Ponzi schemes. It's like rinse and repeat. And let's go and get those people that invested in the past, and let's see if we can get more money out of them. So they're literally, now they're going through to all these third world countries. It is literally like they are stealing from the poor and giving to the rich. It's absolutely disgusting. So I'm Danny DeHeck. The New York Times labeled me as the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger, and I'm about to strike again this week with a whole lot of new videos, and I really value your support. So please hit the thumbs up. I can see right now that 2 people have hit the thumbs up, and I've got 2 people live on here. If you've got any tips or any leads, please do go to deheck.com, check out my website, use the contact page, and please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, because that makes it more fun to get these videos out. All right, thanks guys. Have a good day, and hopefully this was better than the last one. See you next week on the week that was. Ending now.